And hello, faster than light tubers again. So welcome to episode 2, I suppose, of this Let's Play with me, Blue Ankylo. So the last episode was supposed to be my kind of intro to the game, and we, unfortunately, we didn't even survive our first fight. So we're going to try a retake on that, basically. I don't know, that was just a horrible first encounter. So I don't think that really gives a very good view of the game, I guess, you know. We couldn't even kill or escape the first enemy we encountered, so yeah, let's try that again. And hopefully the luck will be on our side, and we'll get we'll make it a little bit further this time. So yeah, there we go. Same ship, same crew essentially. Hopefully we get, oh, I forgot to name it. Let's go Blue Mobile Mark II. See if that helps. So yeah, let's give this another trial. I haven't finished actually explaining half the stuff that the game does. So same story, and it sort of talks about auto fire. That's good enough. So anyway, I think I liked having him. Oh, that's not good. I made a mistake there. I accidentally clicked the the atmosphere. So it doesn't immediately kill your guys, but it does do some damage. So that was kind of a mistake. Good start, Blue. Good start. So let's get everyone manning their stations. You can actually open all the interior doors with that button. It's kind of handy if you want to move the oxygen around quick. Alright, and we got our guns and engines powered. So we never got to the upgrade screen. Hopefully we'll get that this time. And there is something that happens if you get to the exit. So hopefully I'll show you that. So these nebula, like I was saying before, I think, will have no sensors here, but the rebel fleet, which you probably also didn't see, it comes slower, so let's see what happens. Let's see if we can make a couple jumps this time. Alright, so we got an advanced automated ship. We don't know what it's in there, but there's a station that it's defending, essentially, by the looks of it. So we're gonna attack it and try to get to the station, see what we can do. So pause it again here at the beginning. It has a laser, some sort of attack laser, maybe a double burst or something, and one of those beam cutters. I guess beams are the ones that kind of slice, and lasers are the ones that kind of shoot projectiles. Our shields hopefully will be enough for this encounter. The main thing is going to be to take the shields or the weapons out as quickly as possible. That's usually what I try to aim for. It's nice to take the shields out because then they absorb less of our hits, but weapons are more important. So that was a green laser, 2 damage if it hit, but our shield held. So that was nice. That was nice. So no sensors. You can see, we actually can't see the interior of our ship this time. Usually you could, but because we're in a nebula, sensors don't work. And the red there, you can see if you were paying attention, the enemy's weapons retracted after... Oops, I forgot to turn auto fire on. Wasting my time. I could be speeding this up significantly. So yeah, that means their weapons are not available. The red light also tells you the system, like how much damage their system's taken. But the retracting weapons is how I keep track a little bit better. So we finally blew up a ship, and we got a little bit of scrap for it. And we find the station designed to outfit rebel ships with drone stuff. So we get a schematic for drones. So that's fun. A little bit more scrap. And now you can see in our equipment, we've gotten a drone, a repair drone that repairs. We could have used that in that first episode where everything was on fire, but we don't have a drone system anyway, so it doesn't matter. You can sell those at merchants or stores if we ever find one. Right there, look at that, beautiful. Maybe this is the play. This is the one that's going to get a little bit further. Alright, so I like to explore the nebulas first to try to get some money. And we've been boarded, so derelict ships, teleporter, and now we're being attacked. So hopefully we can fend these guys off. They're attacking shields, and there's just 2 humans. So once we get everyone in there, we should be okay, I'm pretty sure. My little Zoltan, Lieutenant Green, he's not very tough, but with the Mantis and another human backing him up, I think we'll be okay. We might have to pull him out there quick. Yeah. Let's just get him out of there, keep him healed up. Don't want to risk anyone, play it nice and safe. So we survived a boarding encounter, excellent. The Mantis is, as I was saying before, pretty good at dealing with borders. He does a lot of damage. So there we go, good deal. Now, those kind of encounters generally don't give you any kind of rewards, so it's, I don't know, it's kind of neutral. If you can prevent them from blowing anything up or killing anyone, then you just break even. Now, I still want to hit that store, but 37 scrap isn't really enough to get much, so I'm going to try to hit a couple more waypoints if I can, just for a little bit more chance. Alright, so this time, a small cruiser, Rebel Rigger. What good fortune that we happen to run into each other. Nothing personal, but you have some information we need. Oh yeah, we do. Alright, so this time they've got a missile launcher, which is a little bit troublesome, and an attack drone. I believe this is the kind that can take your shields down, so the fact that our shields are not up is bad. Great start, but we're going to aim at their weapons. Actually, yeah, because we've got to get the missile launcher first. Our shields should stop that guy fairly well, but the missile's going to cut right through anything, so you'll see here. Yeah, hit the oxygen center immediately, and there's a fire there, so we're going to try to vent the fire out, and we should be okay with no oxygen for a little while. Keep an eye on that oxygen gauge, but hopefully we can take this ship out fast enough. That's my plan anyway. If I had a spare crew, I might send them to deal with that. But right now, close everything up. We won't lose any more air out the door at least. So we've got their missiles taken care of. I'm actually going to split the attack up now to take out. There we go. So now they're saying the day is yours. Show us your honor by allowing us to leave. And I think not, my friend. I think not. We will not accept your surrender. Sometimes you get good rewards if you take those, but usually it seems to me you get more for just destroying them, basically. Alright, good deal. No more Rebel Rigger, and you see it's probably slightly better, I don't know. We don't really need missiles or drones, but hopefully that's a little more scrap and whatever. We don't really need fuel just yet. So now we got to get that oxygen system repaired, so I'm going to try to balance out the air in there a little bit so that we don't die immediately. And I'll get Captain Blue to repair it, why not? Yeah, he managed to not take any damage, so there was enough air in there that we're okay. Oxygen. Alright, good deal. System is repaired. You get to see someone repair something. Hooray! And then close the doors up, and I might just cut for a minute just because I want my oxygen at full before we get to the next sector. So no one's hurt, but it's going to take a little while for the system to come back up. So I'll just cut while that's going on. Okay, folks, the oxygen levels are looking a little bit more decent, so let's continue our trip. One thing you get used to is kind of the distance you can jump. This is about the highest or maximum distance jump from one point I've ever seen, give or take. So you can't expect to go much further than that kind of radius from your center. So if I jump to the store, I might be able to hit that one, but again, that's kind of on the extreme end. So because I'm not sure, I'm going to go to the store first. I could try to get one or two more before, but I don't like going to previously explored sectors. It's just a waste of fuel. So we find a ship engineer who set up a small shop. And, oh boy, that would be lovely. The weapon pre-igniter is one of my favorite augments. You get a free volley as soon as you jump in, but we don't get to do that. That one I don't really care about, lets you jump to a previously visited beacon, but I don't like going back to them anyway, like I was just saying. Now, the Hermes missile launcher isn't bad, but I'm not a huge missile fan either. Ion bomb is actually pretty good as well, but they both require missiles, and although you can target their shields or their weapons early and you don't have to worry about the enemy shields slowing them down, I'm still not a huge fan. So for now, let's just put a little bit into repair, keep it topped up, and there's nothing I really want to buy. So I think we'll spend a little bit of time upgrading our ship. I don't have a lot of money, but I like to try to get shields up to the second tick as early as possible. So I'm going to put one into there. That will also help. Although it won't give us another shield bubble, what it will do is, if our shields take a 1 damage hit, it won't pull our shields down. So we'll be able to absorb a little bit of damage before our shields are destroyed. And maybe, actually, one more thing. Actually, I forgot. Store, sell. I forgot. We had a system repair drone. I can sell that for 15 scrap. There we go. So now, even better, I can put it all the way up to the next dot. And as soon as we get a little bit more power, I mean, I could shut the weapons off and put some into that. but we'll be ready for 2 shields anyway. So there we go. Good stuff. Turns out I could have made that jump, but like I said, that's kind of the max. I don't like to count on being able to make a jump that long. That's just sort of luck. Now you can see the fleet is starting to approach us, so we're actually gonna let's make that jump. That's a nice place to go. We don't want to lollygag for too long. We got to keep moving. All right, so there's a pirate ship pursuing a civilian ship, and the civilian ship is putting out distress beacons. So we'll help them out. We're in good shape. Let's engage the pirates. All right, so this time they've got another laser and a beam weapon. Still important to take out their guns as quickly as possible, their weapons. You can kind of see the doors open as the enemy crew moves around. Eventually I'll probably get sensors and something, and you'll be able to see what they're actually up to. But for now, actually let's take out the pilot. If they take out that guy, they can't evade, and they also can't escape. So there we go, beautiful. So take that out one more time. I like splitting up the damage with the basic lasers, just to make sure all systems are not looking hot. Anyway, there we go. See, this is how it's supposed to work early on. A little bit more scrap is really the only thing useful. And the civilian ship was a science vessel, and they're thankful that we saved them and give us even more scrap. So there we are, very nice. And I'm pretty sure that's enough. The reactor upgrades get more expensive as you go along. So the total power for your ship now costs 25 for the next tier of bars. So anyway, that 2 more gives us enough for another shield bubble. So there we go. Now I'm feeling a little bit more secure. Engine upgrades are nice, but I don't like to rely on evasion too much. I like shields more importantly. So here we are. Okay, now we've got pretty good attack power for early and pretty good shields for early. So that's good. I think we're in a good position this time. I still don't know if we could have taken that energy bomb route, but with 2 shields we would have had a slight chance. Here we go. Pawnbroker. Trading fuel for missiles. Actually, pretty good trade because we don't even use missiles. And I didn't show you at the store, but they all have a sort of a cost if you want to buy them. I believe fuel is 3 scrap per fuel or 2, whatever. Missiles are more expensive, so you're actually getting a really good trade there. So anyway, let's just keep moving. There's another store. That's cool. Of course, we have no scrap. But let's make a few jumps, maybe if we have time. Now, I guess I could explain this quick. This is how far the fleet has progressed, and that's how far they will be after the next jump. So if we jumped to, say, that sector, if that was available, by the time we got there, the rebel fleet would already be there. So don't jump into that. You can jump out of it, and you'll stay ahead of them, but hopefully that makes a bit of sense. Let's continue our adventure. All right. Another rebel automated ship guarding a long-range sensor station. Again, we're going to attack it. This time, okay, this is interesting. They've got a cloaking system instead of a shield. So they've got no shields, so they'll go down pretty quick. But the thing with cloaks is while they're cloaked, our weapons do not charge up. So they're going to get a free shot at us once they come out of cloak, I believe. That might hurt a little bit. They've got a missile launcher and a normal gun there. So the normal gun got absorbed quick. But we got to get that missile launcher down. 2 damage, a little bit of fire, but it hit a nice spot that time. I can handle that. Right by an airlock. Alright. Another missile. This time they went after our med bay. Again, I'd rather they hit the med bay than the weapons or the shields. So no problem. Their missiles down now. They won't be hitting us again. And even if they're evading, these auto scouts have no crew on them, but they do repair damage slowly over time. Once we have sensors, you'll be able to see there's actually no oxygen in these areas, so sending boarding parties is kind of a bad idea. Not that we have a teleporter anyway. But yeah, those ships, no crew, no air. So we got 8 scrap for destroying that thing, and also map of the surrounding area. So not a whole lot of money, but I can handle the scrap. Or the map specifically. So what I want to do, we've got a hull breach. We saw a couple of these in the last episode. That, make sure there's that removes all the oxygen from there. So what I'm going to try to do is have the nearby doors open and send in 2 people to try to repair it as quick as possible. Because they're going to take no oxygen damage. You can see his health dropping quickly here. And once he hits he hit 16 and it stops. So we got lucky. I was going to move him out once he got to about 10 or so. And then now that the oxygen is returned, the med bay is repaired, and it heals them. So not too bad, not too bad. You got to be careful with hull breaches, though. They kill your people pretty quick. That's why I like to send in 2 if I can. Two crew. All right, so on the map, now you can see, seeing as we got information, all these exclamation triangles have ships, or probably have a ship. So they're good locations if you want to fight, because there's probably going to be a fight there. So I'm not going to worry about, actually let's do the distress. I like trying distresses, why not? We're good people, right? We like helping people. Small asteroid belt. There's a small ships in the field, and they say, help, our shields are down. I don't know how much longer we can last. Well, we'll try to rescue them. Come on, guys. And we succeed from preventing them from being exploded. We took a bit of hull damage, maybe 2 or 3, and they offer some fuel and scrap. So a good trade, I would say. That'll be able to repair the little bit of damage, and the extra fuel. I mean, we're loaded for fuel now. 22 is crazy. All right, so let's keep hitting jump points. I don't think we're going to have time to make it to the store. I'd like to hit these 3 beacons and then the exit. Hopefully we have enough time for that. I don't think there's enough time to get to the store, so I'm not going to worry about it. Another rebel scout. He's attacking a refueling outpost, so it seems likely that we'll get some fuel after this. Alright, let's protect them. No one defies the rebel fleet. Alright, I think we defy them. So again, basic laser, missile launcher. The missile launcher's the scary thing right now. I guess I gotta... One of the problems of having the Zoltan is when he moves around, he changes your power distribution. So you gotta keep an eye on it a little bit closer when you've got a few of these guys, because every time you move them, they change. Alright, missile, no big deal, 1 damage, and we took their weapons out. So we're good. We're solid. Let's try to take their cockpit out again. Once they can't evade, it's even harder for them to... once they can't evade, like, you do a lot more damage. I actually almost like taking the evasion out before the shields, just so that you can take the shields out quicker. I don't know. You'll see. Alright, so we blow them up, get some fuel and some scrap, find the outpost. The pompous bastards expected the service just because they defeated the Federation. Take this for helping. Cool. 3 more fuel, some scrap. We're actually doing pretty good right now, I'd say. Let's do a little bit more upgrades. I got to keep the ship in tip-top shape. At this point, let's see, shields are good enough for now. They get more and more expensive as you get up, so you keep increasing the shield capacity and it gets pretty expensive. Engines aren't a bad idea at this point because they're pretty cheap early on, and you still get the same 5%. And you also, your FTL charges up faster, your jump thing. So you remember in the last episode, we couldn't charge it up quick enough to get out of there. Like, I would have ran away if I could have, but if I'd had more engines, I might have maybe got it up high enough quicker. I wouldn't have counted on it, but so let's see, we got 60. Let's upgrade the doors. I like having blast doors. I'll show you why in a second. And then we've got enough for engines and to power them. So more reactors. So that puts us up to 25% evasion, which is good. And the blast doors, now they're gray, as you can see, and they will stop enemy boarders from moving around freely. So that will give us more time to maybe vent them into space or corner them somewhere. I find that a pretty useful upgrade. So let's keep going. Let's finish this sector off for this episode. Got a couple more jumps to do. You recognize the ship as a well-known slave trader. He hails you and offers you laborers for cheap. Well, we don't have the money for it anyway, and slaver, let's attack them, slaver scum, kill them. Another laser and a beam weapon of some sort. I think it's a pretty low power beam weapon. They get kind of long prongs once they're more powerful, so for now I think we're fine. 2 shields should be more than adequate. Oh yeah, I've got some dings. Corporal Stabs has leveled up his weapons ability, so he's now charging the weapons faster. I'll explain that once we finish the sector. Alright, so we surrender. Take one of our slaves. If you destroy us, they'll die anyway. So I love these ships, and especially early on, some spare crew is really handy. So there we go. And we got a Rockman, right on. So the Rockman is very, very slow. He has 150 health, so he's probably the second strongest in combat, just because he's got more life, even though he does normal damage. And he's also immune to fires, so if there's a fire on the ship, he's going to be the guy to go put it out. The only problem is he moves very, very slowly. So I'd say that was a good deal. And looks like probably the fleet will only get about just shy of the exit, so we should be able to hit one more before we go to the exit, I think. Alright, good sir, it seems you have some troubles with the rebels. I'd like to help you, but I can't afford the upkeep required on this hunk of junk I'm flying. Maybe we can come to an agreement. So these guys are kind of cool. You can hire them to delay the rebels, and if you do that, I think 1 or 2 turns, they won't actually move forward on their journey at all. Or you can hire him to scout, which is what we got when they showed us all the map information. So you could get those 2, and that'd be cool. But you know what? We don't need his services, and our ship is in such good form. Too bad. You're messing with the wrong guys today. Mercenaries are worse than rebels. The only honorable course is to engage the mercenary in battle. Yep. Hey man, it's a tough universe. You gotta take what you can get, and we want his scrap. So, this is a bomb teleporter of some sort. I don't know if it's fire or ion or whatever. And that's a very powerful laser I can see charging up there. But we took it out just before it fired, so that was lucky. It was probably going to shoot 3 or 5 bullets at us, so that was nice. And we'll see what this weapon does here in a second. Or we could take it out. Perfect. So we took his weapons out before he even got to use them. And now we're going to try to take his... Actually, wait. Oops. Pressing the wrong buttons here. Actually, wait. Someone is repairing his weapon system, so let's try to keep it down. Okay, so again, they want to... I can't believe how well equipped your ship is. Take this and leave. Now, we don't really need fuel right now. We don't have drones, and 7 scrap is pathetic, so nope, not happening, buddy. Let's just keep blasting him. He's still going to absorb 1 of our hits because he's got some shields, but it didn't help him at all. And look at that, much more than 7 scrap. Good deal. Good deal. Alright, so like I predicted, we have just enough room to get to the exit before the fleet arrives. So this is looking like a good Sector 1. I think a nice solid start this time. You've arrived at the long-range beacon. Once your FTL is charged, you can leave. And we can also sell. So we've got a civilian space station with heavy damage. They've been hit hard by the war. We need more drone parts to speed up the repairs. We'll buy some. So this is kind of the only way you can sell drones or possibly missiles or fuel, because in a store you're not allowed to. And you only get, I believe, half price. So you can buy these for like 8 per drone, and you can sell them for 4, I believe. But we don't really need drones right now, and I'd rather have the scrap, so let's take it. Later on, I might regret that once we have a drone system. But for now, the ship needs the upgrade. So let's finish this sector off, and I'll show you how this works. So this is the world map, or the galaxy map, I guess. And you get to sort of choose your path through it. There's green for civilian, red for hostile. I actually haven't found a huge difference between hostile being more difficult or not. They seem to be about the same. But the green ones will be like Zoltan or NG or whatever, and the red ones will be Rock or Mantis, stuff like that, or Pirate, I guess. And then the purple ones are Nebula, and I actually really like Nebulas because most of the time the Rebel fleet comes at you slower when you're in there, and that gives you more jumps per map to explore, so you can get more materials and more upgrades. The only problem is, of course, less sensors, and there's some storms in there that can be trouble, but I'm going to go to Nebulas because I like Nebulas. And there's also one more ship that I need that I might get in a Nebula. I'm not sure. I can't remember how it works for sure. So anyway, this is our Nebula. Was an important hub at one point, but placing all these jump beacons would be difficult, sure. But now it's hardly navigatable, something like that. So I'll just show you, it's almost entirely nebulas. So when we're doing this one, we'll be able to get a lot of room. Well, okay, this is interesting. It actually says the Rebel fleet was prepared, so it won't be as effective a hiding spot. It's still better than non-nebula. It's just not as good as unexplored. But anyway, we should be able to hit more before we get to the exit. Just a quick wrap up. I didn't really explain this too much last episode because we got destroyed so early, but the shields, I showed you how they upgrade, I showed you how the engines upgrade. You get about 5% dodge and a little bit faster FTL charge. Oxygen, you only need the 1 for the most part. 2 is nice, but it's not really that big of a deal to put your money into. You can see it refills faster at higher levels. Weapons, this is your maximum weapon control, and once we get better weapons, we'll probably need more power, so that's good. Medbay is also not terribly important. Healing faster is nice, but again, not a very high priority. Piloting is, the only reason I put points into this is so that it can absorb damage without being immediately blown up, basically. What it means is if your pilot's not in the pilot cockpit place, your ship will still make jumps, and I think make jumps. Maybe it doesn't even make jumps, but it will evade a little. But the problem is 1/4 evasion or half evasion is still puny, so it's barely worth the points. Sensors are nice. They let you see the enemy interior, the first upgrade, but we're in a nebula, so that's not even going to matter. And then the doors, we upgraded to blast doors, which slow down fire and also restrict enemy crew movement. The next upgrade is nice, it slows them down even more, but it doesn't really matter because we're already doing pretty good. So our next upgrade, I'm not sure. We might just save our money for more weapons, actually. And we've got a crew page, so I've got this guy, immune to fire, movement speed is slower, half speed, and more health. So anyway, that's the main gist of the game. Hopefully this episode gave you a better feel for what the game is like. We got a lot luckier. I would say we're in perfect shape for Sector 2. All we really need is to get some new weapons in the next couple sectors and we'll be set. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and let me know if you like this game, and maybe I'll keep playing more, or recording more anyway. Have a great day.